Up next, more interesting news. Shock horror, it's a news show. Who knew? But. Spider-Man 4, Tom Holland news. Sort of. It's fan casting more than anything, but let's have some fun with this. This comes from Screen Rant. Tom Holland Spider-Man 4, and I really emphasize the quotation marks here. Poster imagines major Marvel crossover with Sony and MCU characters. An exciting MCU Spider-Man 4 fan poster imagines Tom Holland's Peter Parker, Daredevil, and other heroes going up against Kingpin and Sony characters. So, Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 becomes a major Marvel Cinematic Universe and Sony's Spider-Man universe crossover in a new groundbreaking fan poster. Goodness me, we're being liberal with the word groundbreaking. Holland recently concluded his first trilogy as the MCU Spider-Man with a bang, as Spider-Man No Way Home brought him together with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's versions of Spider-Man to fight villains from their movies. Also made a cool $1.9 billion in the process. In the pandemic era, now a fan imagines Spider-Man 4 keeping the franchise's big scope going. On Instagram, digital artist at AGT Design shared their fan poster for Holland's Spider-Man 4, the spectacular Spider-Man, with many Marvel heroes and villains. Here's the poster, AJ. It does look cool. There's no doubt it does look cool. So, in the fan poster, the MCU Spider-Man 4 would feature Holland's Spider-Man going up against Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, Aaron Taylor Johnson's Kraven the Hunter, and Tom Hardy's Venom. Peter Parker would have the help of Netflix Marvel heroes Daredevil, The Punisher, and Jessica Jones, as well as Hawkeye's Echo. The Spider-Man 4 crossover movie poster also features Michael Keaton's Vulture and a newspaper with Maguire and Garfield Spider-Man. I'm going to leave this poster up, and I'm going to ask you, this is a fan poster, but do you think, in a weird way, that there is any truth to this poster? Not in terms of it's got insider info, but in terms of the fact that this pretty much could be the direction we're heading in anyway.
I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. It's all kinds of cool and kudos to the designer. Please don't think I'm knocking you when I say this. But what we have to appreciate is that the villains of the Spider-Man universe are not the villains of the MCU. It's never happened. It's never been. You get teasers of what Disney owns to give Sony something, because Sony have given them the biggest name in Marvel catalog. In the Marvel catalog, it's a fact. As much as everyone is elevated, Spider-Man is still that name. Yep. So it's all kinds of cool, but let's be honest, Sony are definitely trying to make Sony money. Sony are trying to do what they can in a Sony verse. Sony are trying to make their Spider-Verse as much as they can. So much so that they didn't even want to toy with the Disney world, that as much as we've had the Marvel format, Venom was nowhere to be seen in the last Spider-Man movie. He was in the closing credit. It teased you with the Venom movie that he's going to be there, but that is as far as it went, you know? He couldn't be, it's their world. They don't want it to be mangled and everything else. So as cool as this looks, the idea that Disney are going to say, oh, by the way, this cool Netflix series that we used to have all of those and we've taken away from them, you can now play with them. I don't see it happening. Not a chance. Beautiful poster. In the world of comic books, it's absolutely perfect, but it's nothing but fan fiction.
This may surprise you. I completely second you. I do not believe for a single moment, and it's not this. First off, I don't think you're going to see Andrew and Tobey in a Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland again. I think that was a one and done thing. I also don't believe that the way they've lined up the villains here makes sense. Venom entered the MCU Spider-Man world for the symbiote to enter our world, because we're heading to Secret Wars, so he needs his black spider suit. I don't think you're going to see Venom in the MCU, which also means, listen, never say never, but I don't think you're going to see Tom Holland in the Sonyverse. I don't think that it makes any sense having Venom and Kingpin in the same universe. There's just so much crossover here. It's nuts. Do I think that you'll see a movie which involves Kraven the Hunter, Vulture, Morbius, and Venom? Well, yes, because that's what they've been hinting at, innit? But do I see where you're going to have Spider-Man fitting in there? No, I don't. And I think because although Sony owns Spider-Man, I think the MCU and Disney are very protective of how they're using Spider-Man and who they want to be involved in their universe. And I don't think they want any part of that Sonyverse that's being created. Anything you want to add on this?
Can I say as fun as here's the thing, can I even say as fun as, like, I have not been overly intrigued or excited by the Craven trailer. It was okay. You saw Morbius. It wasn't anything to write home about.
No.
Venom 2 wasn't even that great. So
nope, it wasn't.
You know, Disney know what they've got. They're fighting their own battles. You can't save a drowning man when you're sinking yourself. It's just the way of it. Like, I'm not sending. It's just facts.
It is just facts. You're quite right. But I want to know what you guys have to say. Do you think this poster could somehow lead to a world where the MCU and the Sony Spider-Verse, the Sonyverse, I guess you would call it, are weirdly interconnected? I mean, anything's possible in the multiverse, but I want to know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts and your comments down below.